This game has been on my list, and I'm so sorry I put it off for so long. Before Your Eyes is such a unique and impactful game. Honestly, I don't even know if I should really call it a game, as I feel like it's more of an experience. There's little challenges or choices you have to make, but really, you're just there to experience life from the main character's perspective. The core mechanic of the gameplay is based around blinking. The player would set up their webcam so that when they blink, they move forward in time. There's no going back after you blink either, thus signifying the need to take in all the information before it's too late. I actually did not play the game this way. I instead opted to use my mouse for when I was ready to move on. I know I cheated, but I'm actually glad I didn't use blinking. I feel like I might have been too focused on my eyes watering rather than actually taking in what I'm seeing and hearing. Moving on to the story. There will be some spoilers. Getting through the entire game only takes about an hour and a half. If you haven't played it and you want to experience it firsthand, then go play it and then come back and watch this video. So let's move on to the story. The story in this game is actually very compelling. The story begins with the main character, Benjamin Brin, waking up on a boat. Here, we are greeted by a ferryman, which, okay, hear me out. The man tells Benjamin that he is going to transport us to the afterlife, but before he can do this, his life story needs to be judged by a powerful gatekeeper. From here, we go on a journey of Benjamin's life. These memories actually feel like real memories. They're not super clear and they're often splotchy with undefined edges. We see Benjamin growing up. He takes interest in playing piano and drawing pretty early on. We even see him meet his best friend Chloe, who seems to be his only close friend throughout the entire game. One day his mother decides to sign him up for a very prestigious music school. But after a nerve-wracking and shaky audition, Benjamin ultimately does not get in. Here he loses his passion for piano and becomes sick. During his sick days, he picks up a pencil and begins to draw, thus rekindling his love for art. This led him to art school and to becoming a very successful artist. Sadly, during this time, Benjamin's mother passes away and never gets to see her son reach his full potential. Now we are brought back to the present. The fisherman begins to tell our story in order to practice what he will say in front of the gatekeeper. While he is reciting the story, he is interrupted by lyrebirds that signal when someone is lying. Now the fisherman is aware that this is not the real story of Benjamin's life. We must go back through our memories and try to remember what really happened. On the second replay of memories, we are encouraged to skip past the irrelevant moments and move on to the ones we were unsure about. Memories that were once fuzzy become clear. By closing our eyes to focus, we are able to hear some of the conversations about what was really going on during that time. For example, during the first trip down memory lane, we knew that Benjamin got sick at age 11, but we had no idea how sick he really got. We were subjected to hearing his parents talk about how he will never recover. Benjamin never reached his true potential of becoming an artist because there is no hope for the disease he has. These moments were some of the most heart-wrenching scenes in the game. However, during his sickness, his mother gives him a typewriter and Benjamin begins to write the story of his life. Once it is complete, his mother reads it but she's not quite satisfied. She feels as though he is being too harsh on himself, and so she decides to write the story of his life from her perspective. The beautiful story his mom writes matches up with what the fisherman tells the gatekeeper. Here, Benjamin is granted access to the afterlife. Obviously, there is more to the story, but that is just a general overview of the main events. Overall, I felt weird after finishing the game, but weird in a good way. It really made me analyze my life and try to take in the current moments because we, and the people we love, do not live forever. The music also added a lot to the game. It fit the scenes perfectly and was not under or overwhelming. Before Your Eyes is a very deep game with realistic and interesting characters. I highly recommend playing it if you haven't already. Let me know what your thoughts are on the game and also give me some gaming recommendations and maybe I'll review it on my channel. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.